Tarankan Oldboy 2003 An in-depth analysis. Tarankan Introduction. Tarankan Oldboy, directed by Park Chan-wook, is a critically acclaimed South Korean film released in 2003. It is based on the Japanese manga of the same name by Garen Tsuchiya and Nobuaki Manegashi. The film stands out for its intense narrative, complex characters, and intricate themes. The following analysis explores the film's plot, characters, themes, and stylistic elements. Tarankan plot summary. Tarankan. The story revolves around Oh Dae-soo Choi Min-sik, a man who is inexplicably kidnapped and imprisoned in a cell resembling a hotel room for 15 years. He has no idea who his captors are or why he is being held. During his confinement, Dae-soo learns from television that his wife has been murdered and he is the prime suspect. Tarankan escape and revenge. Tarankan. Upon his release, Dae-soo is given new clothes, money, and a cell phone. Confused and driven by vengeance, he embarks on a quest to discover his captor's identity and the reason for his imprisonment. His journey leads him to a sushi restaurant, where he meets and forms a bond with Mi-do Kang Hae-yoon, a young chef. With Mi-do's help, Dae-soo uncovers the truth piece by piece. Tarankan the antagonist. Tarankan. Dae-soo eventually discovers that his captor is Lee Woo-jin, a wealthy businessman with a vendetta against him. Woo-jin reveals that Dae-soo's imprisonment was part of an elaborate revenge scheme. In their high school days, Dae-soo had inadvertently spread a rumor about Woo-jin's incestuous relationship with his sister, leading to her suicide. This rumor destroyed Woo-jin's life, and he spent years meticulously planning his revenge. Tarankan the twist. Tarankan. The film's most shocking twist comes when Woo-jin reveals that Mi-do is actually Dae-soo's daughter. Woo-jin orchestrated their meeting and romantic involvement as the ultimate act of vengeance, making Dae-soo experience the same pain and shame he felt. Dae-soo is devastated and begs Woo-jin to keep this secret from Mi-do. In a desperate attempt to erase his own memory of the revelation, Dae-soo cuts off his own tongue. Tarankan climax and resolution. Tarankan. Woo-jin, satisfied with his revenge, kills himself. Dae-soo, shattered by the revelation, seeks the help of a hypnotist to erase his memories of Mi-do being his daughter. The film ends ambiguously, with Dae-soo and Mi-do reunited, suggesting that Dae-soo's memories might have been successfully altered but leaving the audience uncertain about the future of their relationship. Tarankan characters. Tarankan. Tarankan Oh Dae-soo. Tarankan, a flawed, everyman protagonist whose journey from despair to vengeance to tragic enlightenment is the film's core. His transformation, driven by an unyielding quest for truth and revenge, highlights the destructive power of obsession and the futility of vengeance. Tarankan Lee Woo-jin. Tarankan the antagonist whose life was destroyed by a careless rumor. His meticulous, cold-blooded revenge plan underscores his psychological complexity and the depth of his suffering. Woo-jin's actions force the audience to grapple with moral ambiguity and the consequences of past actions. Tarankan Mi-do. Tarankan, a symbol of innocence and love, Mi-do represents a new beginning for Dae-soo, yet she is unwittingly a pawn in Woo-jin's game. Her character adds emotional depth and tragedy to the story, especially when her true identity is revealed. Tarankan themes. Tarankan. Tarankan revenge and redemption. Tarankan at its core, Oldboy, is a meditation on revenge and its ramifications. Both Dae-soo and Woo-jin are driven by vengeance, leading to their mutual destruction. The film suggests that revenge is a cyclical, self-perpetuating force that ultimately consumes those who seek it. Tarankan memory and identity. Tarankan the manipulation of memory is central to the plot. Dae-soo's lost years and Woo-jin's orchestrated events force characters to question their identities and realities. The film explores how memories shape identity and the devastating effects of their manipulation. Tarankan isolation and desperation. Tarankan Dae-soo's 15-year imprisonment represents extreme physical and psychological isolation. His subsequent actions are driven by desperation, illustrating the lengths to which isolation can push a person. Woo-jin's isolation, born of his sister's death and societal judgment, parallels Dae-soo's in a more psychological sense. Tarankan guilt and responsibility. Tarankan the film delves into the consequences of one's actions and the burden of guilt. Dae-soo's careless gossip in his youth had catastrophic effects, while Woo-jin's elaborate revenge highlights his inability to move past his trauma. Both characters grapple with their sense of responsibility and the destructive outcomes of their actions. Tarankan stylistic elements. Tarankan. Tarankan cinematography. Tarankan the film's visual style is striking, with Park Chan-wook employing a range of techniques to enhance the narrative. The use of long takes, such as the iconic hallway fight scene, adds a visceral intensity and realism. The contrast between the claustrophobic confinement scenes and the open urban landscapes underscores Dae-soo's emotional journey. Tarankan symbolism. Tarankan the film is rich with symbolic imagery. Dae-soo's imprisonment in a cell resembling a mundane hotel room signifies the banality and absurdity of his situation. The recurring motif of the octopus, which Dae-soo consumes live, symbolizes his struggle and desperation. The act of cutting off his tongue is a powerful symbol of self-punishment and the desire to erase the past. Tarankan music. Tarankan the score by Jo Young-wook enhances the film's emotional depth and tension. The use of classical music, particularly Vivaldi's Winter, juxtaposes the violence and tragedy on screen, creating a haunting, poignant atmosphere. Tarankan narrative structure. Tarankan Oldboy employs a nonlinear narrative, with flashbacks and revelations carefully timed to maintain suspense and gradually unveil the truth. This structure keeps the audience engaged, constantly re-evaluating the characters and their motivations. Tarankan cultural context. Tarankan Korean cinema. Tarankan Oldboy is part of the Korean New Wave cinema movement, characterized by its bold storytelling, stylistic innovation, and exploration of social and psychological themes. The film's success both domestically and internationally helped bring greater attention to South Korean cinema. Tarankan social commentary. Tarankan the film subtly critiques societal norms and issues such as the pressure of reputation, the impact of rumors, and the dark underbelly of urban life. The characters' actions reflect broader societal issues, making the film not only a personal tragedy but also a commentary on contemporary social dynamics. Tarankan conclusion. Tarankan Oldboy is a masterful exploration of human suffering, vengeance, and the complexities of memory and identity. Park Chan-wook's direction, combined with powerful performances and a gripping narrative, creates a film that is both emotionally devastating and intellectually stimulating. Its intricate themes and stylistic prowess ensure its place as a seminal work in modern cinema. The film's lasting impact lies in its ability to provoke deep reflection on the darker aspects of human nature and the consequences of our actions.